Hey guys, you're back with another one of Arbiter's Garrysmod tutorials. I'm aware it's been a while since I've last made a tutorial, and quite frankly it's because I simply ran out of things to do tutorials on. I'm here today to do a little tutorial on a base war kind of thing. If you're ever doing a game like me and my friends like to, where you're playing kind of capture the flag in a, you know, a sort of honourable, let's not nuke each other's bases sort of way. Which, while I'm on the subject, if anyone out there actually knows anything about game mode coding or game mode modding, I would really appreciate it if you got in touch with us, because I wouldn't mind actually writing it into a type of game mode if it's even possible. Besides that though, I'm just going to show you a few things you can do in a base war type thing, or build a base of your own. Just some cool things you can put on there. I'm going to start with a kind of weird door. If you just follow my logic, what I've got set up here is a light system, so that when this is equal, it's showing you whether it's on or off, just so you can get the idea. Anyway, usually when me and my friends play base war, it's that you have to build a base, but it has to have a way in, and so this is usually my way in. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn this constant value, which has 3 strings in it: locator, watermelon, and hoverball, and this will become clear in a sec when I spawn a text screen and a gate string. I think it is select. Yep, there it is. Right. So as you can see here, we can wire up the string to this gate, and we can say the choice, and then we can set different strings for each choice. So I'm going to set A string to that, B string to that, and C string to this. Now the aim of this is that when I'll set everything out and then I'll tell you what it's supposed to do. So we're going to need 3 target finders, and it's going to be, well, the first one is for locator. So we're going to look at the things it targets down here, and it's going to say, I'm not going to say target players or NPCs. I'm going to just say target locators, and that's it. That's all it's going to target. I'm going to put that at the bottom there, and as you can see, it hasn't found a target, and that's right. Now the second thing is watermelon, so I'm going to go into useful comic props, find a watermelon. This is a fun bit. I have to find a watermelon down in this. There it is. And if you right click on an icon, you can say copy to clipboard, which just copies the location of that model. And then I'm going to say on the target to target props as opposed to locators, and I'm going to paste that in. So that should now target watermelons, and then I'm going to say target hoverballs. So there we go, we've got 3 target finders, each designed to target a specific thing. Now as we know, when a target finder finds a target, it outputs a 1. Now what we're going to do is wire this up to the choice, so that when each target finder finds an item, it outputs, well, it accumulates. So we obviously want it to start on something, but we also want it to add up, so we're going to have an add gate, and we're going to need a constant value of 1 just to start us off with. So just one value, number 1. So there we go. And now what we want to do is just wire this up at the top, which is an equals gate, and we're going to say that when, excuse me, sorry, I had to sneeze there. And we're going to say that when A equals 4, which is B is wired up to 4, so when A is equal, so A is the add gate, and there we go. So when A is equal 4, to change the lights over, and you'll see that happen in a bit. So for the moment we're going to have A plus B plus C, so you're just wiring up all these different target finders. Right, and then all we're going to say is that the choice of strings is this add gate, and then you can see the board says locator. Now, locator is a wire tool, which is a locator really. It's for use with target finders. That's all it really does. So we're going to spawn a locator, which is just there, and we're going to spawn it on the floor, and you can see it's been detected, and the thing's changed, and it says watermelon, which means that it's accumulating the values. So I'm going to spawn a watermelon, And now that's been found, and now it says hover ball. And I'm going to press hover, and I'm going to spawn a hover ball on the floor, and then hopefully when I do, there, the light's gone green. So you can wire that up to say that when that outputs 1, when it's equal to the number of values you have, that it opens a door, or it can open anything, or it can fire a turret or something. It could be a trap. But that's just something you can do with that. It's like kind of like a riddle, like entrance that I like to use, because it doesn't mean that someone can't get into your base. It just means it's a bit harder for them to. So it's not impossible, but you know, you could put like a time limit on, so that as soon as that first thing is found, that a timer starts counting down, and as soon as you run out of time, you fight. A turret gets activated, and they get blown away if they don't do it fast enough. It's all very, very good. So that's one thing you can do. Okay, now the next part of what I'm going to do is, well, it depends on the complexity of the base you're building, but I'm going to show you how to do a multi-story elevator or a lift, since I'm English. So I've got a panel there that's lined up with the edge of this panel on the floor here, and I'm just going to set them at heights of about 300, so that each stacked floor is 300 above the next one. So there, that's 4 floors, and they're all nicely welded to the world. Okay, now what we're going to do next is we're going to have a wire hydraulic, and so we're just going to stick that there, and we need to press the controller. Right, so we're going to need another panel as well as sort of, you know, interface. So I'm just going to weld that. Right. Sorry folks, my phone started ringing. Sometimes you just can't do a tutorial. Right, so we're going to use something new here, and that's in the display. And I think it's a control panel, if memory serves. I'm not too memorable on what it is here. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. And if I'm correct, yep, okay. Now what you have here is that if you look at it, you can look at each channel, and there's a 0 value there, and you can set different values. And what it works as is that if I were to have a constant value, and obviously we've got 4 floors here, so we have 1 for obviously no height at all. I'll just get rid of all these strings here, and then we have 300 for the first floor, 600 for the second floor, and 900 for the 4th floor. I'm just going to spawn this constant value here, and then we're going to have I'll put a 5th number in of 150, because we're going to put a smoother gate in, which, as you know, smooths out transitions, and that's in where is it? It's here in gate time. Right, so we're just going to wire this up really quickly. So all you have to do is look at it and say channel 1 is that, channel 2 is second value, channel 3 is the 3rd value, channel 4 is the 4th value, and then that is the screen which it'll output, and the rate is 150. So at the moment, and of course set the length of the hydraulic as that, which means that when I let go, it'll spring back to the floor. So now if we're assuming I'm getting in at the ground floor, blah blah blah, I'm getting on my lift, and I want to go to the 2nd floor, all we have to do is highlight the 2nd floor and then set, and hopefully we'll begin to rise, and oh god, yeah, I should probably have no collided that. I'll just, there we go, we've gone sort of up to the right height. I mean, there's a weight problem, but you can always work around it. And then if I was to go to the 4th floor, I should probably no collide it now. Then we go to the 4th floor, so 4th floor, set, and then we go all the way up. And die. Crap. What's it doing? My beautiful lift. So anyway, besides the black holing, which is occurring around about now, yeah, that's really going crazy. Yeah, but you get the idea. That's what you could be doing if you weren't, you know, spazzing out like that.